Hello and welcome to Free PT. My name is Pete West. I'm a physical therapist and a personal trainer. Today we're going to talk about basic core exercises. A lot of people talk about the core, but they don't really know what it is. They don't know how to make theirs stronger. They don't know why having a weak core is affecting them so detrimentally. The core is essential to strength because the core is the muscles that surround your abdomen. It's two rings of muscles. One goes around this way, and one goes around like a big belt. The ring that goes around this way has the diaphragm at the roof, right? Rectus abdominis in the front, the pelvic floor in the bottom, and the erector spinae, the lower back, in the back. The ring that goes around like a belt has rectus abdominis in the front, transverse abdominis on the sides, erector spinae, lower back, in the back. The problem is the erector spinae is way stronger than the rest of the muscles in the core. And also, most people rely almost entirely on the erector spinae, the lower back, to do all their lifting, right? Even if it's just lifting themselves, getting up out of a chair. They use that muscle all the time because it is so strong. Then they wonder why their back hurts. If you can bring the rest of the muscles into the fold and let them support the core the way that they're designed to do, then you have a much easier time. And also, it's kind of impossible to do a lot of the strength moves that we use in advanced exercises without a strong core. Let's go on through the 4 exercises for basic core strengthening. Number 1, diaphragmatic breathing. Number 2, bracing of the transverse abdominis. Number 3, Sarman marching. Number 4, bridging. Diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragm is a bell. When you breathe in, the bell, the diaphragm pushes down and contracts, your lungs expand, and your abdomen pushes forward. When you exhale, bell goes back to being relaxed, the lungs shrink, you exhale, and the guts fall back in. A lot of us breathe with our chests, and we expand our lungs that way. The only time you need to do that is for strenuous exercise, like running or heavy lifting or something like that. The rest of the time, you should be breathing with your gut, breathing with your diaphragm. Let's practice this laying down. One hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. Inhale deeply. You might feel your chest and your stomach rise. Okay. Focus on the gut. Focus on making just the gut rise. The first time you try this, it might feel backwards. You might say to yourself, wait a minute, when I inhale, like when I suck in my gut, I should pull my gut in, right? That's only if you're breathing with your chest. If you're breathing with your gut, when you inhale, your stomach pushes forward. Okay, try it again. Deep breath, make the stomach rise as you inhale. Keep the chest still. Think about what you're doing. The diaphragm is pushing down. Your lungs expand. When it pushes down, it pushes all your abdominal contents forward. And when you exhale, the diaphragm goes back to being a bell. The lungs shrink, and the guts fall back in. Think about it again. Diaphragm pushes down. Inhale, guts push forward. Diaphragm comes back up. Exhale, guts fall back in. Diaphragmatic breathing. It might take some practice. That's okay. Stick with it. Number 2, bracing. Contraction of the transverse abdominis. Lay on your back. Find this bump on your hips right here. It's the ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, right? It's that first big knob you find on the front of your hip blade. Go just inside of it to where it's squishy. Go on both sides. Now, pull your belly in like you had to put on a pair of tight pants. You should feel a rising underneath your fingers. You should feel a tightening, a tensioning. Relax. When you're doing this one, don't worry about how you're breathing. Just breathe. Try it again. Pull the belly in tight. You can hold it for the breath and relax. Another way to contract it. Imagine you were midstream urinating and you had to stop the flow of urine. When you do that, you lift up on your pelvic floor. When you lift up on your pelvic floor, you also contract your transverse abdominis. The two are literally attached at the hip. Go back to where you were on that squishy part. And imagine you're midstream and you had to stop the flow of urine. You should feel it tightening underneath your fingers. This is not to be confused with the tension you feel when you cough. When you do that, the external muscles on your abdominals are pushing forward. It's not what we want. We want the deep muscles inside your core pulling tight. One more time. You can either pull the belly in tight and breathe, or you can pull the pelvic floor up tight by stopping the flow of urine or imagining that you are. Either way, you should feel that tightening underneath your fingers. That's bracing. That muscle is crucial because it literally wraps around your lower back. It wraps around the erector spinae. We call it bracing because the transverse abdominis braces the lumbar spine. It supports it in everything that it does. It is essential to a strong core. Get intimate with that muscle. Learn how to contract it while you're breathing, while you're talking, while you're sitting on the toilet, while you're driving, whatever. And especially learn how to contract it whenever you got to pick something up off the ground. Next, Sarman marching. Sarman's a famous PT who's developed some really cool core strengthening techniques. Sarman marching is using marching of your hips incorporated with contraction of the transverse abdominis, bringing the two together. So when I say marching, I'm just talking about pick one leg up and down, pick the other leg up and down. But let's start and stop the exercise with bracing. So I pull the belly in tight, pick one leg up, down. Raise the other leg, down. Relax. That's one. All right? Try it again. Pull the belly tight, brace the stomach. Brace the core, that is. Raise one leg, down. Raise the other leg, down. Relax. Watch it again. Brace the abdomen, brace the core. Raise one leg, breathe. Raise the other leg, breathe. Relax. Don't worry if you don't figure this out the first time. It takes some practice. Some people will figure it out in 5 minutes. Some people it's going to take 5 workouts. Keep working at it. The fourth exercise, bridging. This time we're going to use the back of our hips, the booty, with the core. So you're familiar with the bridge, picking your hips up off the mat, right? But focus on the core when you do it. Find that spot, palpate. Pull the core in tight. Brace the stomach. Squeeze the butt, lift the hips. Don't forget to breathe. I like to inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Try it again. Brace the abdomen. Inhale, squeeze, come up. Exhale, go down. Relax at the bottom. One more time. Brace the abdomen. Inhale and come up. Exhale and down. Relax. That's the beginning of core strengthening. Diaphragmatic breathing, bracing, marching, bridging. Master those 4, and then we can move on.